Hi, welcome to Omnipod and Cabin's first live Facebook event here in Devon. If you'd like to follow me up the ramp, I'll introduce you to Paddy, our founder.
Hello everyone, welcome to the OmniPod Piccolo, the smallest in our range of pods. As you can see, I'm sitting here on a deck which we put in every single one of the models of our Omnipods. It's a covered area and it's a lovely place to sit and relax and enjoy the fresh air and even the lovely view. In our present pods, we actually put a non-slip surface on the decks here, so it's perfectly safe to walk around even in the wet.
So should we go inside and have a look
lovely.
inside, Paddy?
Obviously, for accessibility to be able to get in the pod, there's a low threshold and wide doors, so it's easy to get in with a wheelchair, as you can see. There's plenty of room inside, and the floor is made of a hardwood laminate board, and we have underfloor heating which matched with the 120mm of rock wool insulation gives a real cozy feel, and obviously allows us to use it all year round. This is the smallest, as I said, the Piccolo, which has a space for a king-size bed and a small fold-out sofa.
Can you show us how much space there is, Paddy?
Yes, of course. Obviously, I said earlier that space is the essence for accessibility, and we've designed it in such a way that there's plenty of room for turning circles for any wheelchair. Mine's a fairly small one, but even the largest electric wheelchairs you can get around. All the plugs and switches are at a decent level and easy to operate. I'm not sure if I can operate that actually.
Have a go at the Velux blind, I'd like to see that.
This is the electric Velux blind, which I believe you'll see. Press it on first, do I?
Yeah, push down.
There we go.
And what about the interactive features that are options as well?
Well, we have an option of a smart features with Google, and obviously we can put that in. It does various things, turns the lights on and off, the Velux blind, and anything. And if you want music, of course, it can do that as long as you speak clearly.
Should we go into the kitchen?
Absolutely. The kitchen in this one, this is one of our earlier models. It's very compact. It has everything you need. It comes with a two-ring hob, a sink, and various options you can have with an oven and a fridge. We are actually making the new ones a little bit larger here, so the countertop is a full-size countertop and can accommodate a full-size oven as well. You will notice that there's a wheel under space for the sink, so that there's no excuse for even wheelchair users to wash up.
And what about the level of the worktops there?
The level of the worktops, we've sort of done a compromise to make them suitable for people who can stand, and also people in a wheelchair. They're sort of midway between the two, so the ambulant people can work on it without getting an achy back, and it's very workable for a person in a wheelchair. Can I go on to the wet room?
Yeah, your favourite part of the pod.
My favourite part, only because, as I say, I think it's the biggest challenge for people with access needs when they're going away to find a place that has a bathroom or wet room which will work to suit their needs. So we put a lot of thought into this, and I'd like you to come in and see it. As you can see, there's lots of space, which is very important, And we've kitted all our wet rooms out with motion spot fixtures, which, you know, after a lot of research, I consider top of the line, very, very luxurious looking, and yet superbly functional. The great thing about these is that all the fixtures can be detached easily if you don't if someone doesn't want to have them in the wet room, and it's done at the click of a button. It doesn't take any time or effort at all. So
this is also a great wet room floor, isn't it, Paddy? Why have we chosen this?
We've chosen this because it has a very high slip resistance factor, and is safe for all uses with, you know, the rubber ends of walking sticks or wheelchairs. So it's very safe.
And it's lovely and warm in here.
Yes, it's lovely and warm. It's warmed by this towel heater too. We don't actually put underfloor heating in the wet rooms unless requested, because we find that this gives plenty of heat as it is. Just obviously, we have here, if I can just show you, again, this is a fold-up shower seat, and this can click out as well, and can be taken away if the guests don't like it, as with the handles here. In the new ones, we're actually, instead of this, if you can look at the drain, instead of this central drain here, we're putting in a stainless steel channel drain now, and so the flow of the floor goes down towards that, and it's a lot more efficient.
And that helps it keep it easy to keep it clean, isn't it?
Easy to keep it clean, and yes, yeah, it's a much nicer look as well. And actually, the toilets now we are actually putting into the wall. They're a wall-hung toilet, so again, the water can go underneath it doesn't get caught behind the toilets here. The sink again is from Motion Spot, and it is designed with integrated grab handles for those of people who are not steady on their feet, and it's a great spot for me to hold and wash myself.
So should we come back out into the open plan area?
Certainly, certainly. I should lift up the blind now, shouldn't I? There we go. Look at that.
So if I was to buy one of these Omnipods, does it come with all the furniture and everything that I see?
No, not at all. I'm afraid it comes with everything in here except the bed and the furniture. There is a furniture package which includes the beds, the sofa, table and chairs, and various the kitchen appliances and so on, yeah. And the soft furnishings. Yes.
And so if I was to install one of these, what sort of services do we need to have?
Well, it's basically designed to hook up very, very easily, like a caravan, really. It has an easy electrical plug. It needs a 4-inch waste pipe and just a water supply. And everything else is plumbed. It comes already turnkey, ready to use immediately.
And how is the water heated in the pod here?
The water is heated by an electric water heater. Which is concealed behind the kitchen counter, and it provides enough water for washing up basin and shower. Yes.
Fantastic. Should we go back onto the deck?
Lovely, that's my favourite place. I might have to put my sunglasses on, I'm afraid. Is that okay?
So tell us how a pod would get to somebody's location.
Well, obviously it depends on how accessible a person's location is. But in an ideal situation, they are built on a steel chassis with twin axles and 4 wheels, and basically we arrive and we wheel it off the lorry. And then we can maneuver it into place on the wheels onto a pre-prepared slab, which is usually done by the purchaser. And then once it's on the pad, we level it up and then hook it up, and it's ready to use.
Excellent, looks really good. So we've had a couple of questions come in, Paddy, whilst we've been online.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Lauren is on Instagram and she's asked us, what is the largest wheelchair accessible pod or cabin that you make?
The largest one is our newest model, which is called the Largo. This is the Piccolo, the middle one is called the Medio, and the largest one is called Largo, in respect to all my friends in Italy, in L'Aquila. And the largest is 12.5 meters long by 4.2 meters. They're all 4.2 meters wide. And as I said earlier, they all come with a 2 meter or 3 meter covered deck. Yeah.
So you really can house more than just a couple of people in them, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. And the Largo in particular has 2 separate ensuite bedrooms, and it's really it's a lovely space for a family.
Well, so Lauren is also asking, do you ship to the US?
Well, we haven't yet, but there's no reason why we can't at all. In all sorts of different ways, we can ship it as it is, complete, or we are working on a way of flat packing them as well. So if that is of interest to you, all of you over in the States, please let us know, and we'll work out the solution for you.
Okay, we have another question that's come in from Jane, who's watching us on Facebook. She says, would I need planning permission to install one in my garden to use as a holiday let?
Aha, that's the question, isn't it? Well, it's basically if you put it in within the curtilage of your own home and you use it ancillary to the main dwelling, you do not need planning permission. However, if you plan to rent it out commercially, you will need planning permission, yes.
Okay. And Richard, he's watching on Facebook. He's asking us, how long does a pod installation take place?
The installation itself will take a few hours, but making sure that the pad is correctly ready. The lead time for us to build is at the moment about 12 weeks. The pandemic has really exacerbated production in the factories, but it's 12 weeks, and then once we deliver it, it's a matter of hours before it can be unlocked and used.
Excellent, excellent. So Ethan, he's watching on Twitter, and he wants to know where he can go and stay in a wheelchair accessible pod.
We do have a list on our website of where all our pods are, and not the privately custom ones, of course, but where you can rent them to stay in, yes, of course.
Okay, I think it's called pod locations, isn't it, on the website?
That's right, thank you. Yes.
And I think that just wraps up the questions.
Well, if I may, Steve from behind the camera, Paddy.
Hi, Steve.
He would like to know, just to round up the Q&A session, if you could install a pod anywhere in the world with any view, where would you put one?
Well, there's a little spot on the island of Antigua where I used to live that I would really like to have a pod. Yes, but that's a dream.
Okay, I think that wraps it up for the day.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, thank you very much, everyone. And any questions about any aspect of owning an Omnipod, please don't hesitate to either call me or write into us from the website. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.